a young lady who in my book is tops.
All right. Amen.
Her spirit couldn't get any better in my book.
Yeah.
So without any further ado, for a little bit of honey, I introduce to you Ebony.
I used to think that the Bible was just a requirement to get to heaven, and that reading it was just to please God. It is absolutely pleasing to God, don't get me wrong. But what I realized is that it's not just reading the Word that gets us to heaven. It is a requirement to continue to hear His voice, a requirement to be used by God, and a requirement to live by God's commandments, and to obey and obtain knowledge on how to live right and how to please Him. The Word to me is like a shelter that I can hide until the smoke grows clear.
Right.
If I get scared and I cannot hear His voice, I know where to find His voice, right in Jeremiah 29:12 through 13, where it says, Then shall thee call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me, and when ye search for me with all your heart.
Amen.
Which is God saying that, call upon me and go and pray, and I will hear you. And when you seek for me and search with me with all your heart, you will find me. If I'm so angry and I don't know what to do, I need a friend, or I need someone to cry to and talk about my problems. I know a book I can read that talks about a God who already knows my situation.
Come on.
Who has it under control.
That's good.
In John 16:33, where it says, These things I have spoken unto you, that in me might find peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world.
Amen.
And if I am so hurt and confused on what to do next, on my next steps, I flip to my Bible in Proverbs 3:5 through 6, where it says, Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not on thine own understanding. And in thy ways acknowledge him, and always acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Which means trust in him with all your heart. Don't go on what you think is right, go on what he thinks is right. And know he is right beside you at all times, directing your step. I remember in times of my life, I would not even touch a Bible or even open it on my phone for months and not even think about it. But I also remember that those are my worst, most confusing, and hardest times that I dealt with.
Wow, come on.
I was living how I was supposed to be, as I thought. I never got in trouble. I was well behaved, and I talked to God every single day, and everything was fine. But when I wanted to take my relationship to the next level, I prayed and asked God, and I said, "Why don't I feel like I'm moving anywhere?"
Come on.
He made it very loud and clear to me that I wanted a relationship with him, but I knew nothing about him.
Wow.
I knew how to live for him. I knew how to ask him for help in my situations in times of need, but I knew nothing about him. He asked me and said, "You want a relationship with me? Then you've got to wipe the dust off my word and read.
Come on.
Everything you need to know is right here in the relationship with me, in these pages." I am not a huge fan of reading, as everybody knows, and I'm not great at understanding what I'm reading at all times. But if I get confused, I text my youth pastor, or Sister Blake, or someone in the church who can help me. You're not always going to understand what you're reading or what it says, but that does not mean you should put it down or skip over it.
Right.
Come on.
Someone in this church can explain to you what it means. And I promise the men and women of this church will not get bothered by you asking them what something in the Bible means.
Amen.
To have a relationship with God, it is so, so important to talk to him for longer than a couple minutes a day. Just that you love him and ask him for help in your life. If I wanted a relationship with someone, I can't just talk to them for a few minutes and then say, "All right, I'll see you tomorrow, I love you, good night," on a daily, even if it is every day. That will not build a relationship with anybody. I got to know stuff about him. I got to know what he likes. I got to know what he doesn't like. I got to know what pleases him. I got to know how to love his people. And I got to know how he loves me and how much and why. Just like everything that is made, everything comes with instruction manuals. The manual shows you how to build something, what tools you're going to need, how to keep it functional, how to keep it clean, and how to operate it.
Come on.
God made us, and he gave us this Bible to us as our instruction manual. It shows us how we are built, how to build up a relationship with Him, what tools we are going to need, how to keep our spirit functional, what to keep away from our spirit,
That's it.
and if it gets damaged, how it will help us and how we get repaired by getting baptized in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you for allowing me to share a little bit on it.